nice game, seven. We ballin' like the player. We ballin' like the player. We ballin' like game, seven. Games.
The company needs a $50 million fighter. They don't need a $2 million fighter. I've been telling Bob this since we started. All right? They need another Manny Pacquiao. Does my son fight like Manny? No. No, my son is more poised, just way 100 times better than Manny. Just way 100 times better than Manny.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Cardinal Red, and we back for some more of that Ali Land Daily Boxing Talk, people. And today we talking Teofimo Lopez's father. My son is 100 times better than Manny Pacquiao. Alright, y'all, so let's get into this, man. I was going through some videos when I be doing my research for what topic I'm gonna use for the day, and I ran across this video by Teofimo Lopez's father. Now, he stated that he feels like his son is 100 times better than Manny Pacquiao. He stated that Bob Arum and Top Rank are looking for the next Manny Pacquiao, and he said that his son could be the next Manny Pacquiao. He said his son doesn't fight like Manny Pacquiao, but his son has the abilities to be 100 times better than Manny Pacquiao. So I just wanted to give my 2 cents on how I feel about this comment, you know, and how I feel about everything that's surrounding Teofimo Lopez at the moment. You know, he shot into superstardom over the past week after he took on Vasyl Lomachenko and took him down, you know, and then it's come out that Vasyl Lomachenko was actually hurt during the fight, and which explains a lot of why, you know, the fight looked the way it did. So I want to, you know, talk about some of the footage that's being played, and then I want to talk about the statements that are being made. So, you know, if you watch the whole Lopez Lomachenko fight, you can see a common theme throughout the fight, which is Lopez, yes, he was the aggressor of the fight, but he never looked dominant throughout the whole fight. You can never say he just 100% dominated Vasyl, because Vasyl was constantly moving for 8 rounds. He was dodging punches. He wasn't really taking a whole lot of shots, although what Lopez was landing was having a significant effect. He still wasn't like landing like what you might have seen from a Manny Pacquiao in his younger days when he was 23, 24 years old, landing over 100 punches around. You know, you never saw that during the Lopez Lomachenko fight. What you saw was one fighter trying to avoid the contact and one fighter trying to make contact throughout the entire fight, you know. And it seemed like Lomachenko was just timid for the whole fight. He didn't want to engage, kind of like Manny Pacquiao during the Floyd Mayweather fight. At certain points, he didn't want to engage because he knew he might be able to throw 1 or 2 punches, but he can't throw the flurry combinations like he's used to throwing. And it kind of seemed like that was what Vasyl was mentally going through for about 8 rounds of the fight. Now, if you really watch it, like I said, you'll see that yes, Teofimo was the aggressor, but he was never dominant throughout the fight, you know. And after the 8th round, if you ask me, I think that Lomachenko had some type of cortisone shot, and it might not have kicked in until about the 8th or 9th round, because this is when he started actually throwing more punches. You know, maybe he felt like his arm was numb enough to where he couldn't feel the pain of throwing a punch. That's the only justification that I can give for why he wasn't throwing combination punches. So, but around the 8th or 9th round, you started seeing Lomachenko start to make a slight comeback. At no point did I feel like he was winning the fight because he lost so many rounds, but he was starting to make a nice little comeback. He was throwing flurries at that point. He was moving a lot. He was catching Lopez with shots he wasn't seeing, but still wasn't enough for him to win the fight. But what I saw that, surprised me about Lopez is not only was he slowing down after the 8th round, but the punches that Lomachenko was landing were having an effect on Lopez, which is surprising after 8 rounds, and Lomachenko being the smaller guy, and him having obviously bad shoulder. The punches he was throwing were still having an effect on Lopez, and that just makes me feel like, if Vasyl would have gave his 100%, or if he was able to give his 100% for the entire fight, would he have not only beaten Lopez but beaten him in dominant fashion? Because, like I said, if you look at certain parts of this fight when Vasyl was making his comeback, he looked really aggressive. The punches he was landing were really catching Teofimo off guard. And we know knockout punches are the punches you never see coming. So this could have been an entirely different fight. It really makes me wonder about this rematch. It really makes me wonder, why is Teofimo Lopez being so adamant about not wanting a rematch? Did he realize something at the end of the fight? Because if you look at his pictures after the fight, he was really banged up. Obviously Lomachenko was making some type of contact with him, although not enough to win the fight. But he obviously landed some nice punches in her, and I just feel like Lomachenko is getting the raw end of the deal here. He doesn't deserve to be kind of diminished as a fighter because of this one fight. The same way they did Guillermo Rigondeaux, they're trying to do the same thing to Vasyl Lomachenko. Now back to what Papa Lopez said, about him being 100 times better than Manny Pacquiao. I'm gonna say this, there is really no comparison between Teofimo and Manny Pacquiao unless Teofimo can go through 8 weight classes and prove that he belongs in all 8 of those divisions. There is no comparison because Teofimo Lopez, although has shot to superstardom overnight, is still nowhere near the level of fame of a Manny Pacquiao. There is no comparison because Teofimo Lopez has only had 16 professional fights, and Manny Pacquiao has been through wars for longer than this kid has been almost alive, so it's kind of a joke for this guy to even compare his son to Manny Pacquiao. And I'm gonna say this too, there is no comparison because although Teofimo Lopez did win the fight, he wasn't dominant in the fight. Manny Pacquiao would have knocked Vasyl Lomachenko out if he was 23 years old, and the same Manny Pacquiao was when he was 23 years old. Let's just be honest about that, man. Although Teofimo looked good, he never looked dominant throughout that fight. Although Teofimo won the fight, he didn't do it in dramatic fashion. He didn't knock Lomachenko out. He didn't knock Lomachenko down. There was no point in the fight where I thought Vasyl was in really, really bad trouble. So I can't agree to what Papa Lopez is saying at all, man. I can't agree that he's 100 times better than Manny Pacquiao or even close. Would he beat Manny Pacquiao of today? I still don't think so, man. I think Teofimo is a good fighter. I think Vasyl deserves a rematch. I think the rematch will tell what type of fighter Lopez really is. I think if he beats Vasyl the second time, that he would have to move up and then start to challenge some bigger, better fighters, i.e. Earl Spence, i.e. Terrence Crawford, before he could even think about fighting Manny Pacquiao. But by then, Pacquiao would have already been retired. Let me know what y'all think about that down in the comment section, man. Hit that like button for me. Please subscribe. If you want to be part of Ali Land Boxing Talk community, man, hit me up at the community section on Facebook or wherever you catch me, man. Like always, man, believe in yourself, follow your dreams, and your dreams will be achieved, man. Really let me know what y'all think about this topic, man. Is Teofimo Lopez 100 times better than Manny Pacquiao? It's your boy Cardinal Red, and we out of here.
Just way 100 times better than Manny. Just way 100 times better than Manny.
Every night's game 7. We ballin' like the playoff. We ballin' like the playoff. We ballin' like game 7.